Let me just begin with the numbers for a minute because they're impressive and not everybody appreciates them. Here's an alliance 75 years old that has a collective defense budget well over 1 trillion, that's with a T, $1 trillion. It has a population that is around 800 million, 3 million active duty troops, men and women, almost all volunteers at this point, another 4 million in reserves, 800 warships, and 15 to 20,000 military aircraft. So immense capability, as we heard just a moment ago. Secondly, values-based. And I think this is an organization that was conceived in liberty, was born in democracy. I always feel proud as a Greek American to think that this particular conference is held in Athens, Greece, in the cradle of democracy, where Greek patriots stopped Persian invaders 2,500 years ago in the Bay of Salamis. So you're in the right place to have this conversation. And as to the 75th birthday of this extraordinary organization, I will simply say, obviously, job one is Ukraine and stopping Vladimir Putin. That's quite clear. I think what's interesting, and I will be focused on the level of discussion, what are jobs 2, 3, 4, and maybe 5? So I think a major effort, and we have a new Secretary General. I know Prime Minister Rutte very well from my days as SACEUR. He's the right man for this moment. I would put a lot of emphasis in the alliance on cyber security and preparing for the impact of artificial intelligence. These are two areas the alliance is not particularly moved at speed upon. These are areas that are changing in front of our eyes in the battlefields of Ukraine and even in the urban warfare terrain of Gaza. So cyber and artificial intelligence, let's see how the summit can make some progress there. Number two, we've just added two marvelous new nations to this alliance, now 32. That's, of course, Sweden and Finland. Therefore, we have to look not only to the south, and I fully agree, the Mediterranean and the challenges to the south are profound and real. We have a new border to defend in the high north. So I think the Arctic and what is happening there is particularly important. And I add to that the 600-mile northern border of the alliance, now Finnish and Swedish borders with Russia. Where are the contingency plans to prepare for both defensive and God forbid, but let's be realistic, offensive operations on those northern frontiers? And then finally, and I'll conclude here because I know we're short of time, I think that we have to think about NATO's engagement across the globe. And here I don't mean trying to stretch the alliance to become a global power, but certainly NATO nations can operate alongside the United States and other Pacific powers in confronting authoritarianism and challenges in Asia. I'm not looking for a NATO flag on freedom of navigation patrols in the South China Sea, but I am looking for the navies of NATO nations to be involved in those kind of operations. Some have done so already, 3 or 4. Let's see if we can improve in all those areas. So there's a quick snapshot of some things to think about. I'll conclude just with a shout out to the wonderful ambassador of the United States to Greece, my good friend, Ambassador George Sunis, Yasu, and thank you for taking a moment with me, all of you.